boys and girls. This is Miss Brianne, and welcome back to our Let's Get Ready series. The series that's designed for young children ages preschool all the way to 3rd grade in order to teach them all the phonics and vocabulary, handwriting, and motor skills that are needed in order to succeed in the following grades, as well as reviewing current skills that you may have already learned. And this session is our Let's Get Ready for Kindergarten session, which is for preschoolers who have just graduated from preschool and they're about to enter kindergarten, or are in their final year of preschool preparing to enter for kindergarten, as well as for students already in kindergarten who just want to brush up on what they've already learned. Now, today we have a fun little activity for you. It's going to help you with your letters and letter sounds. And plus we're going to look at a couple more wordless picture books. Though one of them may have some simple words for you to read, which is good preparation for when you start reading the books with the words in it. So, for this session we're going to continue with wordless picture books. Let me see here. But anyway, we're going to have some fun. So, with that being said, I am going to introduce you to our first wordless picture book that we are going to read today, and it is called Pancakes for Breakfast. Alright, so Pancakes for Breakfast. The author and the illustrator is Tomie DePaola. Now, the author is the person who writes the words to the story, and the illustrator is the person who draws the pictures in the story. And Tomie DePaola did both in this book. And then we have the publisher, which is that little company that puts the books together into print and then sends them to the bookstores to sell. And the publisher for this book is Harcourt, Inc. So, are we ready to begin? Alright, here we go. Alright, so we're showing the front yard of a house. What season do you think it is? Do you think it is, boys and girls? Looks like it's a winter's day because of all the snow on the ground. And what time do you think it is? Do you think it's morning or do you think it's night? Well, it looks like it's probably night because the sun is starting to rise. Now, what meal do you eat in the morning? Breakfast, right? Well, let's see what else happens. So it looks like the lady is getting up, waking up. Now, do you sleep in the morning, boys and girls? No, you wake up. So she's waking up and her cat and her dog are waking up as well. Uh-oh, next up it looks like she's washing up. So boys and girls, do you wash your hands and face in the morning after waking up? Some of you may and some of you may not. But it looks like she's thinking about something. What is she thinking about? Looks like she's thinking about breakfast. And it sounds like she wants pancakes for breakfast. Doesn't that sound yummy? Who likes pancakes? Some of you may like them, some of you may not. Personally, I prefer French toast. But I can also eat pancakes in a hurry. Let's see what else happens. So it looks like she's getting ready to cook. She's still thinking about making pancakes. And it looks like she's getting out a cookbook. Boys and girls, do your mom or dad use cookbooks to cook? And do you use a cookbook to cook? Some of you may not be cooking just yet, but sometimes people use cookbooks to cook, and that's okay. And she's looking at the recipe to make pancakes. Take a look at what's in the pancakes. Looks like there's flour, and eggs, and milk, and salt, and baking soda. A lot of stuff to make pancakes, right, boys and girls? Well, let's see what else happens. So it looks like she's starting to make the pancakes. So she has her bowl and her sifter, and she's taking the cup of flour, and then she's sifting the flour so we don't have clumps into the bowl. Then it looks like she's going to get the eggs, but uh-oh! What's happening, boys and girls? It looks like she doesn't have any eggs. Oh no! What's gonna happen? Will she get her pancakes? Will she be able to find some eggs? Well, let's see. It doesn't look like she's feeling too bad about it. She's getting up her coat, going, looks like, to the barn. What do you see in the barn? You see chickens, right? And if you have chickens, what do you have? You have eggs. So she's going into the barn and getting some eggs. Looks like she'll have plenty of eggs now, right, boys and girls? Let's see what else happens. Okay, so she has her eggs, and she's going to get her milk, but uh-oh, looks like she doesn't have enough milk. What do you think she'll do next, boys and girls? What do you think? Looks like she's going out again. It looks like she has a pail. What do you think she's going to do with that pail? Well, let's see. Oh, it looks like she went to the barn again. This time she's milking a cow. So now she has plenty of milk for her pancakes. That was easy, right? You think she'll be able to make her pancakes now? Well, let's see. So it looks like she's putting a little bit of milk in a bowl, putting the bowl in the churn, and she's going to churn that milk to get, what do you think, boys and girls? What do you think happens when you shake milk around or churn it? What do you get? Well, you get butter. So now she has her flour, her eggs, her milk, and her butter. But, uh-oh, what's happening next? Looks like she's out of maple syrup. How can you enjoy pancakes without syrup, boys and girls? And this one's a little bit more difficult. There's no animal that has maple syrup, right? You get maple syrup from a tree. And that's a little bit harder to come by. What do you think is going to happen? Will she get her pancakes? Well, it doesn't look like she's going to have a problem. She's going to a shop and she's buying maple syrup. Easy fix, right, boys and girls? Yeah, I'm trying to remember what you call the plants that harvest the maple syrup. I think they're called tree farms, but I'm not sure. But it's a special place where they make maple syrup. So she's walking home, and as she's walking home, she's thinking about how she's going to cook her pancakes to enjoy. Doesn't that sound yummy? Doesn't it make you hungry, boys and girls? It certainly makes me hungry. Let's see what else happens. Uh-oh! She came home, and her dog and her cat were a little bit bored and decided to play. But guess what happened? Looks like all the milk spilt and the butter spilt and the flour spilt and the eggs broke. Oh no! That's not fun. You think the lady's gonna get her pancakes now? Oh. So, with everything gone, the lady's thinking, bye-bye pancakes. They're flying away. But, uh-oh, she smells something. What do you think she smells, boys and girls? Could it be pancakes? Could it be something else? What do you think? Well, she smells something good and she's running to the house next door. And it looks like the nearby family is cooking pancakes. And it looks like they're happy to give her some. Looks like she's eating a lot. So she's eating her pancakes. And she goes home happy and full. And there's a sign, if at first you don't succeed, try again. So you think she gave up when she had trouble making her pancakes? No, she didn't. And she wound up getting pancakes for breakfast after all. So, what's the lesson learned here, boys and girls? Well, if something's a little bit hard to do, keep at it. And eventually, you'll accomplish what you set out to do. Wasn't that a great story? Doesn't it make you think of breakfast? It certainly makes me think of breakfast. But anyway, that was a great book, and we're going to move away from breakfast, and we're going to talk about going outside. And I'm going to read you another wordless picture book. And it is called Inside Outside. So, inside, outside. The author and illustrator of this book is Lizi Boyd. And the publisher is Chronicle Books LLC. So, we ready to begin? All right. So it looks like we're inside a house. And inside the house is a boy. Looks like there's a lot of toys and clothes and books. But it doesn't look like the boy is interested in any of that. Looks like he's doing something else. What do you think he's doing? Well, you see pots, right? And dirt and seeds and a shovel. Looks like he may be planting some plants. What do you think, boys and girls? But uh-oh, it looks like somebody's watching from outside. Who could it be? Can't really see through the windows, right? Who do you think it is though, boys and girls? Well, let's find out. Oh. It looks like there was a snowman peeking outside. And now it looks like the boy is using what's left of the snow to build a snow family. Looks like there's a bird hanging on the branch of one of the arms though, right? And you can still see inside the house, you can still see the drawing he did as well as the tree. But what's going to happen next? It looks like there's a bird hanging on the branch of the snowman. But it looks like it's also in the drawing on the refrigerator as well. And now what looked like the part of the snow family is also part of the drawing that he was just working on. It looks like he's doing a lot of drawings now, boys and girls, and he's hanging them up. He is proud of himself. Do you like to draw, boys and girls? It looks like outside by the kitchen the birds are singing along. It's a beautiful day. Well, let's see if the boy goes outside again. And you can still see the drawings inside, but it looks like he's outside playing in the rain. The birds are singing and they're having a good time in the puddles, and so is the dog. And it looks like the boy is petting a turtle. And he's holding an umbrella because you don't want to get wet, right, boys and girls? And parents, you can expand upon this. You can describe everything that's happening in the story. Oh, it looks like there's a butterfly outside too. Cool, huh? However, that butterfly that looks like it's flying outside is also flying inside. And that puddle that was outside is now a little bit of water in a fish tank. And it looks like that turtle he was hanging outside with, he brought it home. And he's going to put the turtle in his own habitat. And he has a picture of a turtle now. And he's got a little butterfly cage. It looks like he's finding some animals to keep as pets. And there's more birds hanging outside. And it looks like somebody's flying a kite outside. Do you think the boy is interested in kites now? Let's see. Oh! It looks like the boy is flying the kite. And you can see the flower plant from the last page. So the boy, it looks like somebody was flying a kite, but now it looks like the boy is flying a kite, and the birds are flying, and the turtle's having a good time, and the dog is helping out. Looks like we have some pretty flowers here outside. It's great. It's nice, huh? And so the boy took those flowers and put them in a flower pot inside. And now he brought the turtle back in, and it looks like the turtle is having a bath. Looks like the boy is opening up the curtains. And we got a cute little pond of water here with squirrels on the tree. It looks like he ate his lunch. And we got some drawings of a fish. But let's see what happens when he goes outside again. Oh, it looks like it's a pool, not a pond. And you can see the paintings of the fish in the window. And it looks like the boy is planting his garden. He's planting the seeds. It looks like he's going to water them. The dog and the turtle are having a good time in the pool. And there's a bee flying around. Well, let's see what happens. Uh-oh. The bee got into the house somehow, probably because the window is open. And it looks like the boy is making some more arts and crafts. It looks like he's putting together a sailboat based on what we see here. And the dog and the turtle are hanging out. And it looks like the birds are having a good time in a boat in the pond. Let's see what else happens outside. Oh, and we see his bookshelf in the house. He was making sailboats to put in the pool. So now the birds are having a good time. And it looks like there's a blanket, and it looks like there's food in there. So it looks like he was having a picnic. And it looks like the seasons are changing because now time has grown by. And look, his garden is growing. He's got like lettuce and radishes growing and carrots. And all the pretty flowers are growing. Isn't it great? And we got a butterfly flying again. Uh-oh. Looks like... And that butterfly was actually a cutout on the refrigerator now, as well as other drawings of butterflies. We got some ladybugs flying around, more artwork. Take a look at the weather. Does it look like summer anymore? No, it pretty much looks like fall now. And all the veggies he grew from that garden, he got them all. They're now his dinner. And it looks like it's the turtle's dinner too. And he's happily cozied up in a little tent reading a story. That's what I like to do in the fall, boys and girls. Let's see what is happening outside. It's definitely fall. And you can see his pictures inside. And he's outside raking the leaves now. Because when it's fall, all those leaves start to fall from the trees and it leaves a huge mess. Right, boys and girls? Looks like the dog is having fun, and so is the turtle. Inside, it looks like the weather is starting to get colder. And the birds are huddling up in the trees and the squirrels. But what does it look like the boy is doing? Looks like the boy is now having a puppet show. Do you like to put on puppet shows, boys and girls? And it looks like the dog is chasing the cat. And it's getting colder out. Let's see what's happening outside. Yeah, it's starting to get cold. You can see the pictures inside. It's starting to get cold now. But it looks like the boy is playing wizard with his cat, turtle, and dog. It could be Halloween. We don't know. What do you think, boys and girls? And there's a leaf outside. Or it's part of a plant. Now fall is over and it's really getting cold outside. And it looks like the boy is dressed up in winter clothes, and he has artwork and photographs of birds singing. So it looks like he's getting ready to go out. On a sleigh ride. It looks like he's going to have a lot of fun. Looks like he's going on a sleigh ride with his dog. Cool, huh? And that is the end of the story. Now this was a very interesting story, is that it focuses on something called perspective. What looks like something on one page may look completely different on another page. And with the use of the cutouts in this story, it makes it very interesting for children to take guesses on what's happening inside and what's happening outside. So, with that being said, boys and girls, was there anything you liked or did not like about each story? Well, I certainly hope you enjoyed these two stories. I certainly enjoyed telling these stories to you. And like I said, parents, you can definitely, these books are available at our library to check out, as well as other wordless picture books. And you could have a great time having your child explain what's happening in the story without the pressure of reading words. With that being said, it is time to move on to our craft for today. So let me zoom into my workstation. All right. So today we're going to do a fun little craft that's fun, allows some sensory input, and allows your child to learn his or her ABCs, capital and lowercase. Today we are going to make an alphabet or ABC sensory bag. Now I'm going to go over step by step on how to put together these bags, and when you're done, it is going to look something like this. Isn't that neat? Now before I begin, I just want to tell you that the idea for this craft was from a project from the website, The Best Ideas for Kids. So if you're interested in this particular craft, as well as other similar crafts and activities, please click on the web link in the video description. But with that being said, let's start our sensory bag. Now, and once we're done putting it together, I'm going to show you how how to teach your child how to play the sensory game. But you should, when you register for this program, you should have received a craft kit. And in your craft kit, you should have received a gallon-sized plastic bag and 12 magnetic letters. Now, some of you may have gotten capital, some of you may have gotten lowercase letters. Either one is fine. And it doesn't matter which set you get. Either one is fine. And you're not going to get all of the letters, you're only going to get 12. And that's okay. Oh, and also, you'll have gotten a circle template. So you'll get those 3 things. But in addition to those things in your activity kit, you should also have Sharpie markers or any type of permanent marker in different colors. And preferably, try and use some that complement the colors of your magnetic letters. If you don't have that, that's okay. And you should also provide yourself clear hair gel. All right, so are we ready to begin? All right, so the first thing you're going to do is take your bag and lay it flat. Now, next thing you're going to do is choose which letter you want to start with first. I am going to start with the letter S. And the letter S is in blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blue marker. I'm going to take my circle template, put it as close to the top as possible, and put it near the edge, as close to the edge as possible. Then you're going to take your Sharpie marker, which is kind of a similar color to the letter S, and you're going to trace around your circle template. It's going to be a little difficult, so do the best you can. And you're just going to trace until you have your circle. Now, in the center, you're going to write the letter that the circle was meant for. In my case, the letter S. Now, I have here's how it's going to go. I have a capital letter S, so I'm going to write a lowercase letter s. So if you have a capital letter, in the circle you're going to write the lowercase letter. If you have lowercase magnetic letters, when it comes to the circle you're going to write the capital letter. So because I have a capital letter S in my magnetic letter, I wrote a lowercase letter s in the circle. So with that done, we're going to put that to the side, and then we're going to choose another letter. I am going to choose for my next letter the capital letter B. So I'm going to take my yellow marker, my circle template, put it next to the first circle I drew, and then we're going to trace around the circle again. So I don't know if you can see that, but I traced my circle. Now I'm going to write the letter again. And I'm using yellow because of the yellow in the B. Because I have a capital letter B, I am going to write a lowercase letter b. Now this may be hard to see because of how light the marker is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to really emphasize it in yellow, like so. And you don't have to do this. This is just an option if you want to make it easier for your kid to see. Then I'm going to take an orange marker And I'm just going to lightly go in the center of it. That way it's a little bit more visible. And that's the letter B. So when that's done, you're going to put that to the side. And we're going to look at another letter. This one is going to be, actually, let's do the letter Q. So we have the letter Q. So we're going to take our green marker, because of the green in the Q. We're going to put our circle right over here. Then we're going to trace around the circle template. So we got our circle, and then we're going to write our lowercase letter q, because we have a capital letter Q. And like I said, if you have lowercase magnetic letters, you're going to write capital letters in the circle. So that's the letter Q. So we're going to put that to the side. Then we'll choose one more letter. Let's choose the letter N. And because that's in purple, we're going to use a purple marker. Gonna put our circle right over here. Going to trace our circle. Oops. Then we're going to write our lowercase letter n. And that is the first row of letters to do that you've created. So you're gonna, when you're done with that, you're going to do another row, move down a little bit, do another row of 4 letters. Then when you're done with that, you're going to move down and do one more row of 4 letters until you have all 12 written on the bag. Now, in order to save some time, I am not going to do that. Instead, I've already prepared my bag for the next step. But that's basically what it's going to look like. So I'll give you a minute or so to finish that. And boys and girls, you can always pause in between steps in order to catch up. That is not a big deal. Alright, so once you're done with your letters, what you're going to do next is you're going to open the bag. And you're just going to open the bag like this and stick all of your magnetic letters in the bag. Like so. Alright, so I'll give you a minute to do that real quick. Alright, and once you're done with that, you're going to take your hair gel and you're going to place you're going to pour hair gel into the bag. Now there is no exact amount on how much hair gel that's needed in the bag. Just put enough in so that you can move your letters with ease. And sorry about the noise. we're running low on hair gel. So like I said, there's no exact amount. Just put as much as you feel comfortable with. And it is a mess. Sorry about that. See if I can get any in this bottle. Yeah, it's close enough. Alright, just let me clean up a little bit. Give me 2 seconds. Alright, and when you're done, you're going to close the bag. And make sure it is closed very tightly. Now, and then spread the gel around, and then test to make sure that you can move the letters. If you're having difficulty moving the letters around, you could put more hair gel in. But once you feel it's correct, and all the air should let out, etc., etc., make sure the bag is secure. And parents, for extra security, if you prefer, you can seal off the whole top with duct tape. Alright, but now that we have our bag, here's how it works. What you're going to do is you try and move the capital letters or the lowercase letters. Well, in this case, the capital letters to their lowercase component in the circle. Or, it's kind of like a matching game. Or move the lowercase letters to the capital component in the circle. And this helps your child differentiate between capital letters and lowercase letters. For example, we got this capital letter C here. Have your child find the lowercase letter C and try and move the capital letter C into its component. And I've color-coded them to make it a little bit easier. Then here's the capital W, already in where the lowercase w is. Then we have our capital Y. So we're just going to move some of these letters to the side, and they find the lowercase y and move the letter there, like so. Next up we have our capital letter G, which is right where the lowercase letter g is. Then we can move our capital letter N. To the lowercase letter n, like that. Move the capital letter Q. And it's like find the lowercase q, move the capital letter Q to its circle. Capital letter S goes with lowercase letter s. Then we can move the capital letter B all the way to the lowercase b. Capital F goes to lowercase f, and so forth. So let's move the rest of these letters. Capital O to lowercase o, capital U, oops, to lowercase u, and so forth. And once you're done, you can move the letters around and do it all over again. And it's fun, it has a good, and it kind of feels weird and gooey. Your kids will probably your kids would love it. Especially if they don't like sticky things, it's secured in the bag so they won't really feel it. But with that being said, This was our session for the Let's Get Ready series. We read 2 fun wordless picture books and we created a nice little sensory bag to learn your ABCs. And you can also have your kids say the letter sounds if you want, depending on their skill level. Now in your kits were also some worksheets that you can practice at your own leisure. But in any event, that's our session for today. I'm looking forward to our session next month. But until then, this is Miss Brianne saying take good care of yourselves. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.